It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
Hey guys, it's your girl Angel Marie from All of the Above, and I am here with the star and former captain of the Dancing Dolls and Lifetime's hit reality series, Bring It, Kayla Jones. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I am great. You know, it's a good Monday. I can't complain.
Right.
Did you have a good weekend?
I actually did. We went to the aquarium in New Orleans, so it was nice.
Ooh. I need to go to the aquarium. I need to take my son at some point. Gotta wait till he's a little older so he can enjoy it. Make it work for
Right. Right.
Okay. So you ready to jump into this interview?
Sure, let's get into it.
All right. So for those who do not know, can you please explain the reality series Bring It? What was that all about?
So Bring It was one of Lifetime's hit TV show. It was when we pretty much broke the world. A lot of people did not know about Majorette dancing until Bring It, and we've been doing it for years. So it was great to just put our talent out there. It was a different style of dance. A lot of people did not know it. A lot of people did not understand it, but it's been out there for some years now. Now it has grown. We have developed so many different teams, and people are just doing it now, and it's crazy.
Yes. Now, let us know, what was it like while filming? Because obviously you were under 18, so you're still young and in school. So filming a show while also doing the task at hand, such as going to practice every day, going to school, leading a team, and also preparing for competitions. What was that like for you?
It was kind of hard. You had to have balance, but balances and sacrifices. Like you said, I was under 18, so I was most definitely still in high school and filming extra hours on top of my regular dance practice hours. So I had a very thick schedule.
Yes. How long did you guys normally stay for practice?
When we were filming, we really did practice every day, minus like Sundays. But every time we didn't practice, we had an interview. So
no days off.
Doing something all the time, yeah.
And was that an adjustment at school as well? Were kids still the same, or were they treating you a little bit differently?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like how you go from not talking to somebody at all, and all of a sudden, oh, can you post me? Can I get a picture? And it's like, girl, we did not talk. But it was gonna happen. Like your life changes, so the people around you gonna change.
Oh, of course. And being the captain of a dance team is not an easy job, but you wore the hat well, I would say. And especially when you're of such a high profile, popular dance team, such as the Dancing Dolls, did you ever feel any pressure as if there was a target on your back when you guys did go to competitions, as if all eyes were on you and every team was gunning against you guys?
Because that's exactly how it was. Like I said, when we came out and so many more people started watching the show, that means more dance teams start getting exposed and wanting to be a part of the show. So of course they're gonna go for the people that the show is about. Like that was a no-brainer. When you walk in, people are going to stare at you and be like, that's them. That's who you got to eat today. And it's like, okay, girl, just here for a competition, but okay.
Right? Did that put more of a fire under you? Were you like, oh, I'm going to show up anyway?
Well, I can only do so much. So I'm going to be regardless. Like, whether you was here to gun me down or not, I'm just going to be me regardless. So
yes. I could dig it. And, it's now been 8 years since the season premiere of Bring It on the Lifetime Network. So looking back, do you wish that there was anything that you had done differently on the show?
On the show itself?
Yes.
Now that I'm like looking back at it, it's a lot of things that could have been done differently. We could go from wardrobe to hair to makeup, even the things I said. Like I don't regret nothing I've said, but like now that you just living in a more mature day and age, everything that you have said in the past can always be brought back up. And I'm grateful I never said nothing too far-fetched because, I said what I said, and I don't think I've said nothing too crazy. But those are most definitely some of the things I would change for real.
Exactly. I would say the positive though is when Bring It came out, like Instagram and social media wasn't at the biggest height that it is now, where people like
Right.
rip down every little thing that you do and say.
Right.
So you guys were at that good point where like social media was just starting, so it's like people would follow, but they wouldn't try to be FBI agents and shady. So it was good timing.
Right. I mean, it had its bad times on social media, but it was, like you said, one of its peak.
Yeah. And in almost every episode, Coach Diana was almost seen yelling and screaming, showing tough love to some of the girls. And it even got to the point where some of the DDP, which is the dancing doll parents for some of those who don't know, they wanted her to dial it back a bit. What is your take on Coach D's teaching style? Do you feel like it was needed and beneficial towards the team and your success?
I feel like it was most definitely beneficial. Like, everybody that's on a dance team that has a coach like that knows that sometimes my coach go too far, but that's just her or him. Like, that was just Miss Diana. She's not going to change who she is, and she's the type that's going to scream until you get it right.
Exactly.
So it was needed because we majority won pretty much everything that we touched. It was only a handful of things that we lost, and I can say that that's because of the coach. Like, your coaching style carries your team far.
I agree. I was in like 6th to 8th grade, and I was in a dance ensemble. When our teacher yelled at us all the time, I said, "My Lord, is he ever gonna stop yelling?"
They don't. They just yell till you get it right.
Right. And like you mentioned in the beginning of the interview, Bring It and Dancing Dolls pretty much put Majorette dance at the forefront, where it's now becoming widely known. How would you describe the influence of Majorette dance and Bring It putting the Dancing Dolls on a platform to bring it to light?
Oh man, it's amazing to honestly say, when I was in the 19th grade, it was only a handful of Majorette teams. And now here we are years later, we have all these different teams from all over the world, and they all have watched the show. So to put the Dancing Dolls, which is a Southern team, on a platform where the world could see, really blew up, and it inspired so many younger people to just go for it. Because now Majorette has changed so much, because the kids are doing way more than we used to do on Bring It. Like, they have evolved, and that's amazing.
Yes. And see, I'm based in Philly. We didn't have nothing like that up here. And I was like, dang, it'd be nice if we had some stuff like that. We don't get Buck or Brucket or nothing like that. We just hit our Dougie and a Wu-Tang. Now,
Dougie.
once Bring It ended, how did you adjust and reset your life to not having to film all the time and going to dance practice? Because in the end of the second season, you were graduating and pretty much ending. But obviously, we all know that your time with the Dancing Dolls was still well spent, because you were on the back end now, being the big leader. But
Right.
How did you readjust once filming ended completely?
So honestly, when filming ended completely, at first I loved it. I was like, oh my God, thank you. It's over. Y'all don't understand how much stress, like, growing up on a reality TV show was stressful. But after like a year or two, I was like, I am bored. I am getting depressed. And it wasn't like one of them depressed where it was like, well, damn, Kayla, get off the couch and go do something. But I really got like dance depression, and I didn't dance for a while. And I felt like I couldn't do nothing because it wasn't my normal routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get out of that and start stepping into some more things. But once I, got out of that, I started opening up so many more doors for myself. And people was just like, yeah, come do this and come do that. And as a dancer, I'm going to do it. So I can't say after the film to Bring It, once I got out of my head in my own way, it was still good because it left so many opportunities open.
Exactly. More room.
Right.
Now, what would you say was your favorite or most memorable episode, and why?
Oh, somebody just asked me the other day. They're all so
I'm already prepared for the question.
They all great, but I have to say my favorite one was the street battle when my dad came. Like, I will always remember that day. Not only was like not on like a normal competition, but my dad finally came. So yeah, that about is my favorite.
You really do have his whole face, by the way. So
yeah, that is most definitely.
I was like, there's no question of that is his child.
It's my dad.
And speaking of children, last year you gave birth to a handsome baby boy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has life been in motherhood for you?
It was most definitely a switcheroo. I had to get adjusted fast. Like, I was pregnant the whole time. So I was like, yep, I'm finna have something just tagging along. But that I'm actually like tagging him along, he'd be like, yeah, mom, I'm ready to go. He'll start crying. The functions I'd be at, he'd be like, yeah, this is not it. So I had to adjust to being out here and still doing what I'm doing with a 9-month-old.
He like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Mm-hmm. He will let you know when he is ready to go to bed. And I do love that. I can't say that about him. He will let you know when he is ready to go.
Yes. Have you learned anything new about yourself since becoming a mother?
Yeah, honestly, my patience, they're thin, but they're not that thin, but they're most definitely thin. And I realized that I am very understanding. Like, I've known I can hear both sides of people's problems and stuff, but like, I really am understanding. And I had to have a kid to just have self-realization of that.
Yes. Shout out to mommyhood. And I just had a baby last September too. I was like, okay. So I understand the struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Now, almost a decade after Bring Us premiere, what has Kayla Jones been up to? I know you have a YouTube channel, and let us know, what type of content do you typically share with your audience?
So on my YouTube channel, I really do show y'all everything I do. And if I'm not doing nothing, you will see me not doing nothing. But on the project side, I really am working on something big. And we're also still moving forward with all these different creations. Like, I do enjoy doing dance videos, of course. So we have those coming up. We have some other things that I can't say just yet coming up.
Uh-oh.
And you can also watch us go to London, because we are going to London in September. So that's coming up as well. So yeah, I really just be living my life and taking the people with me the whole time.
Still busy, I see. You still got things going on.
I have to.
And speaking of being busy, you are also partnered with Coach D for the Buck or Die Majorette training camp and competition in various locations. So can you tell us a little bit more about this event and what's included? How much does admission cost, and is prior dance training required? Okay,
so the Buck or Die training camp and competitions is really those two events put together. The kids, if you register your kids, I think it's like $150, I think. You register your kids, there's no training needed. That's what we're here for. We will train them. We accept males and females, of course. I think the youngest you can be is 6. Okay. 6 to 8. But a lot of people come from teams. A lot of people have no experience at all, and we work with them just the same. Like, that's what we're here for. You're here to get the Majorette basic training, and that's exactly what we give you. Now, not gonna lie, it'd be long hours, and sometimes the kids be like, yeah, over it. I am over it. Don't want to train like a dance dog no more. But for the most part, to see them perform on that third day at the competition, it's amazing. Like, it's literally my favorite thing to just see the whole show come together and then let the kids murk the show in front of their parents. So amazing.
I love that. And what would you say has been the most memorable part or moment of your full career thus far in your entire life? Anything that stuck out for you the most?
Honestly, going on the Bring It Live tour, like a tour. Oh yeah, that was like the highlight of my life, and I'm just waiting on a call to be like, we're gonna bring it back. Great, because I'm signing my name first. Right. But that really was like the highlight of my life, to do that for 4 years. Yeah.
Did that schedule remind you of filming? You were already ready for it, because it's like, all right, go.
Yeah, I jumped right into it. Like, not gonna lie, most definitely was tiring, but yes.
Well worth it. Do you still stay in contact with any of the girls from Dancing Dolls?
Yeah, I text Sanjay big-headed stuff earlier today. Of course, she's like, oh, I don't know. Might harass you later on today then, okay? I talked to KJ not too long ago. I don't keep up with everybody, but when I see them, like if I bump into them at a game or a grocery store, I most definitely talk to them.
Yes, because almost everybody is all in different areas now, right?
Yeah, a lot of people move to Texas, to Georgia. I don't even know. It's like a few that still stay here in Jackson, but for the most part, everybody sit there.
Like, peace out.
Right.
Now, what kind of advice would you like to give to young and aspiring dancers out there?
I would say if you're really gonna do this, like, put your all into it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something because you really can't do something in that moment. Just because you can't do something in that moment doesn't mean anything. It's a lot of stuff that I couldn't do back then. I'm working on it now and I still can't do. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to do it. Just can't do it at this very moment. So please do not let nobody tell y'all can't do anything, because it's most definitely possible. And if you're really going to do this, just have your heart into it. Like, just throw your whole self into it. If you really love it and do it.
Yes, solid advice. Now, before we go, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
Is Kayla Jones still out here hitting a solid death drop?
Ooh.
Yeah, Mommy Kayla, what you doing, girl?
The gag is, I really do try, because you don't want it to go away. I think I can still do a death drop, but everything else is slowly slipping. The kids are coming up with crazy stunts these days, and I cannot keep up. Honestly, it's like, okay, yeah, that's new.
That's what
I'm gonna work on it.
older.
Crazy stuff, popping off the head, twisting, landing to a split, jumping off this, and I'm like,
oh Lord.
I just sit there and watch it, like, yeah, that's great.
You got that.
You got it.
I ain't mad at you. Well, thank you so much, Kayla, for chatting with us. And you got to let everybody know, how can they find you? Where's your Instagram, your YouTube channel? Make sure they all subscribe.
So, Instagram is at Team Kayla Productions. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel at Team Kayla Productions. I'm not even gonna tell y'all my Facebook and Twitter, because I do not be on there. I am trying to get active on TikTok, and that's DAT.Kayla. So that's how you guys can reach me, and I will be there. You also can email me at teamkaylaproductions@gmail.com.
There you go. You guys have no excuse not to follow, subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe, stay up to date with all of her content. And while you guys here, make sure you also subscribe to all of the above. That's how you stay up to date with all of our events, such as our interviews like this with Kayla Jones and all the interviews that we have. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at _all-of-the-above-1. Again, I'm your girl, Angel Marie from All of the Above, and I was joined by Kayla Jones, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Wednesdays at 7, Angel Marie and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, storming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding. When we pull it together, we applying my pressure. I am your new professor.